Hello traders, today is day number 60 of small cap market open day trading. We did take a trade today. It was a nice one and done trade. We made our 2-hour profit target on the very first trade. The stock proceeded to go and hit our 3-hour profit target. We recorded all of that on the spreadsheet, and the fact that this trade worked out on the very first entry is very significant, and I'll show you why on the spreadsheet. It could change the way we trade this plan when we go full position size if this trend continues. We've got about 29 more trades to take, or 28 I think. Let me take a look really quick here. 28 more trades to take before we're done collecting data, and then we can go full position size. So if the trend continues for the next 28 trades, then this will change the way we trade, and I'll explain what that means in just a moment. Right now, you're looking at my small cap screener. This is how I pick my stocks every day. I organize the list by volume, and I'm only interested in the stocks that are above 5% and percent change and have volume of 500,000 shares or more. All of that detail is written in my trading plan and a lot more. So today we traded EXK, which you could see here is very high when the list is organized by volume. And one thing I want to mention, because I had a Patreon member ask me this question, and I'm going to give you the answer for free just because this was such a great question, and I know it's going to help a lot of other traders out there. The question was basically, why don't I just filter out all of these red stocks? Because I'm looking for stocks that are just going up, right? So I could just add a percent change filter here and say, set this thing to 5% or more. I can make this infinite or as high as the percent change has gone today. Let me move this up to 5%, and I just want you to see what happens to the chart when we do that. So here's EXK now. It's the number 3 stock, and we have all these other stocks here. So the reason why I don't do this is because look at all of these lower volume stocks that it's pulling up onto the first page of the chart. And my whole plan is just trading what's being traded the most, basically. So where's the volume in the market? That's what I want to be trading. So this setup is making it look like all of these stocks are very hot right now. Well, watch how many of these fall off the chart, fall off the first page of the screener when I open this thing back up. So you might have to like pause and go back, and you can count how many stocks fell off. But basically what this shows you is that the majority of the volume in the market is on these red trades, the red ticker symbols. And I want to know that. I want to know, what type of day it is, where the energy is, and I only want to be interested in the stocks that are trading with the most volume. So this makes sure that that's the case, because remember, this was number 3 on the chart just a minute ago. So hopefully that answers the question. It was a great question, and it's kind of a difficult answer. So if you don't understand what I was just trying to tell you there, just leave a question in the comment section below. So let's take a look at the trade right now. This video is my entire trade day. It's 30 minutes long. I post this thing in its entirety with my live commentary on my Patreon page. But here we're just going to do a quick recap. So here's where I'm pulling up stocks on the chart page. RIG popped up on the screener right at the beginning of the day, but then fell off the screener. So even though it looks nice here, it's like giving us starting to give us a setup. We have to drop it, because if it falls off the screener, then I cannot trade it, because that's part of the trading plan, is to only trade things that pop up on the screener. If I start trading other things, then all of my data that I'm tracking is totally meaningless. So VTNR popped up, and INDO popped up, so marking out their previous high. Same thing with EXK, and EXK was already breaking out through its previous high, you could see over here. So that's why I just said, okay, we're going to ignore the other stocks, and we're just going to focus on EXK, because it's looking like it's going to give us a setup. If it continued to trade and did not give us a setup and broke down through our pattern without giving us a trade, then I just wouldn't trade for the day, because then the market is not aligning with my trading plan. And that is all part of trader discipline, as opposed to just saying something like, well, there's always other opportunities, let me go look around. Before you know it, you're taking a bunch of trades on a bunch of random stocks and eating away at your account as you take losses. So that's not always the case, of course, but it's better just to stick to your plan. And if what is playing out according to your plan doesn't end up working, then just take the day off. That's my advice. It took me a long time to develop that discipline, and it served me very well. So now I'm just waiting for this kind of second high of day. I'm waiting for my trigger, and here it comes. Let's see, get right to it. Okay, there we go. So now I'm waiting for this 1 minute candle here to make a new high. So the high of this candle is 517. This scales off a bit. There you can see it's 517. I'm waiting for 518. There's 518. I trigger my hotkeys. I get filled at 519, so I catch 1 cent slippage, which is absolutely okay, because when you catch slippage on the way in, as long as you triggered your hotkeys as the moment you were triggered, if you catch slippage, that means that there's a lot of volume pouring into the stock, pushing the price up at the same time that you are. So you're trading with the trend, you're trading with the energy and the volume in the stock, and that's what you want to be doing. So now you saw me use my XR calculator and just put in these numbers, and then it spits out my 2-hour profit target. And now I'm all done with the trade. Well, I guess just I'm going back and I'm putting in my ideal entry, which was 518, and then I mark a line on the chart, that's also very important. I speak about that in detail in the video on Patreon, because that will have a big impact on the trade if the price goes up there, doesn't hit our profit target, and stops us out. But that's not what happened. Let's fast forward here. And notice how choppy this thing was. Once I got in it, it came all the way down to 515, and I'm just marking out kind of the moment of weakness for this ticker symbol. So for example, if I got stopped out and the price came down and fell through this red line that I placed on the chart, then I would not be interested in trading this anymore. So now we're in the trade, and all we have to do is just let it play out. I was just showing my Patreon members some details on the screener. And now look at this. It comes up, it touches our ideal profit target, or if we got our ideal entry, that would be our profit target. So it touches that level, comes back down. If you're a new trader, you might not have the discipline to hold through, but I urge you to do it. Do not grab this profit target and pull it down. That's what I was explaining at that moment. You got to hold through. You got to be disciplined. You do not want to turn a 2-hour trade into a 1.5-hour trade. That will screw up all of your statistics. So you're going to see this thing chop around, look weak, but I don't care. Just going to hold through. Here it went up another cent, and now it's looking weak again, but I don't care. Just sticking to my plan. And then let me just show you in real time when this thing finally did pop up and hit our profit target, and we got exactly the profit target we wanted. Not only did we get the profit target we wanted, but it also hit our 3-hour profit target. I'll show you that live on the chart right now. So let's go to the charts page. And that was EXK. And let's see here, just adjusting my SPLG position at the same time. That's what that notification is. All right, so this was our ideal 2-hour profit target, and 531 was our actual profit target, which got hit. And you can see this thing just continued to go on. It hit the 3-hour profit target, and it's looking like it's going to hit the 4-hour profit target, which we will be tracking for once we start trading this thing full position size. So you can see that trade worked out only because I was disciplined and I just stuck to the plan and let it do its thing. So it's a one and done day. Let's look at the spreadsheet right now. I'll show you, this is today, the 8th of March, and here's our trade. And I'll show you why it's so significant that this first entry worked out. Because look at this number down here. I've already updated these statistics. Trade number 1 only works out 26% of the time. Why does that matter? Well, if we're trading 2R all or nothing, 33% is break even, so that's an unprofitable trade. But if we're trading 3R all or nothing, which we're compelled to do once this plan is over because the results are staring us right in the face, if we've held all these trades to 3R, we'd be up 18R right now, but with 2R, we're only up 5R. Or if we traded perfectly, we'd be up 8R with the 2R all or nothing. Break even for 3R is 25%. So this now becomes a profitable trade with 3R. So that's very significant. And actually, that's what I prefer. I don't know if that's going to continue. If it doesn't, we'll make the necessary changes. But if that trend continues where trade number 1 stays above 25% or even stays at 25%, then we don't have to stop taking trade 1 because we'll be holding the 3R on all of our trades. So that is a very interesting and compelling result. You could see my this is my actual win percentage on the trades as they are, 36%. Again, 33% is break even, so that's profitable. We're up 5R as is. If we would hold till 3R, we would be up 18R. If we didn't make any trade errors at all and just holding to 2R, we would be up 8R. So here's one other thing that's extremely important to notice. This is the data. If we skip that first trade with 3R win rate, we would be up 20R. But if we don't skip the first trade, as of right now, we're up 18R with 3R. So you can see how close those numbers are now. So if we win one more trade number one, we're going to be beating this number. So anyway, that's the significance of winning that first trade. So we'll see what happens. We got 28 more trades to go, and then we can finalize the plan, and it will be available in its finalized format on patreon.com/tradingarmor. Right now it's available as is, as I'm trading it every single day, if you're interested. So if you have any questions about this or about the Patreon or anything else, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Also want to just give a note. Well, first a thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Really helps out. It encourages me to keep doing this, what I believe is to be good work, because trying to show you guys how to trade and not how to blow up your accounts, you know. If you do want to contact me and ask me any questions, contact me through YouTube or Patreon directly, as opposed to my Gmail account, because I don't like to set up notifications on my phone for the Gmail account, because as you know, we all get a ton of spam, so I would just be getting constant dings. But YouTube and Patreon, I do have it set up to where I get notifications on my phone. So if you message me through either of those what I want to call like pipelines, then I'm going to be able to respond to you right away. So as always, go into every single trade with a plan. Stick to that plan no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.